What's going on, Joe fans? Centex Collector here with another review for G.I. Joe Classified. This time for Snake Eyes, basically version 4. It's figure 165 I got off of Amazon. It's the side art. I noticed back here we got some fangs in the background. This would be so easy for Hasbro to knock out to give us smaller vehicles. I've 3D printed these already. And not Ramen. Fans Hobby is making a Fang. So here we go with our window package insert. And here he is in the plastic. Pretty minimal. Let's crack them out and we'll take a look.
Watch your balance, Snake Eyes!
Oh no!
You're worm bait, Snake Eyes.
Bomb shot. No sweat, Snakes. I know you'd do the same for me.
So here he is. First glance. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he looks good at first glance. We'll get into it and see. And then there's the OG from 91. And then here's the Dollar General version from, what was this? Oh, 2012. But yeah, so he was basically Ninja Force from 91 and DIC cartoon. So he was pretty much the face of Joe or Snake Eyes during that time frame. He popped up in the arcade game. And then he also popped up in Atlantis Factor. This is actually a pretty good game. This and Real American Hero. But there's the newer. You see Storm Shadow there. And they kind of gave us that with the Arctic one, I believe, unless they redo him again. But there he is for Atlantis Factor. Let's get into his accessories. So, backpack. This looks like from one of the Red Ninjas. Or from the Red Ninjas, maybe. In this backpack, there's 2 swords. We got 2 katanas or 2 swords. I guess that kind of works. And then they gave him grappling hook. Oh, then the original one. I don't know if I have all the accessories. I do have the full, one of the few I have the full card back on the 91. Yeah, and this one came with its own battle stand, which I do have here. And then these were the era they gave them these big clunky weapons that shoot, and the crazy colored weapons I'll show you here in a minute. But there's the full card back. You can see $2.99 at Toys R Us back in 91, 92. So it's a 91 figure. It says 1990 here, but it was a 91 figure. And there's the rest of the card back with 1990 figures on the card back. But he was 91, Snow Serpent, and Crimson Guard, Immortal. But yeah, there's the full card back. Good looking card back too. But anyway, so there's that. So here's the original swords. You can just see the bright colors. So obviously that the 1/18 sword is almost as big as the 1/12 scale. It's how just crazy big the weapons were back then. But then, I mean, we were kids with little hands, so the weapons being big so we don't lose them most likely. And then this was his backpack. Looks like I'm missing the missile most likely, but the big crazy backpack that would shoot your missile. That's probably where they got this from? Yes, the grappling hook they got from, it's hard to see on the card art, but yeah, it looks like that's probably the grappling hook from the card art. Yeah, there we go. There's the grappling hook. So that's what they got, the concept of the grappling hook. Then there's your backpack. So I don't have that piece, but yeah, so the grappling hook there. And then lastly, we got the Uzi. And again, you can see the 1/18 is almost as big as the 1/12. So yeah, they took some styling cues from the original Uzi or submachine gun, whatever you want to call it. You know, this bright old pink color. I don't know why they did that. It's a good looking little Uzi here. Got removable mag. It's got a removable, it's got a suppressor silencer on it. I feel like this was used for somebody else. I'm gonna say like that triple pack from the Crimson Strike Team maybe. That's a cool little thing. And then they've got, so they've got like this holster like here, but how, like that thing's not gonna stay there. Why did they do that? Like this holster is a flap. Like how cheap is that? Like you put that there. And it's weird, like it'll stay. But if you do any type of movement, I'm pretty sure that thing's gonna, it's kind of weird. It does actually kind of stay, but you can see there it's gonna fall out pretty easy in the same token. But if you put it in there and you just pose them, it'll stay. But if you do any type of movement, that thing's gonna fall out. So that's like, it works, but it doesn't work. So that could have been better. But there's your accessories. Let me take this off. And this backpack just feels cheap too, but I get it. The original one, it's a way for him to actually like carry his swords. But yeah, and then Benny had made me one, probably right after he made me this one, they announced this one. And I want to compare, before I sent this back to Benny, I just kind of want to compare what he did, compare what Hasbro did. Because I 3D printed this head. I 3D printed, I think I 3D printed this vest. And the rest of it he threw together. And I kind of like his better because they gave him like these ninja feet. That's what this one's got, you know, combat boots. But yeah, Benny's came out really well. Really good. But yeah, there's one that Benny made me. And then if we look at the original 91, we've got like that piece here, black pants. And where they got this from, that didn't come either. They kept the stripe along the pants. And then the vest looks similar. The black underneath. And then the blue, they just made it a darker blue. Darker gray on the vest. Silver mask. And they updated this to make it better, look better. And they gave him some Japanese writing there. No Rashikage logo. I don't know if that actually says something. I guess I could probably have to throw Google Lens on it and see if that actually says something in Japanese. Or if they're just making stuff up. It's close to the 91. I wonder if it's closer to 25th anniversary. So this one was part of, like I said, the Dollar General from 2012. So close to 50th anniversary, then 25th. Past the 30th anniversary. But, yeah, again, gave him knee pads. Gave him a thing over here, but pouches. Vest is still different. This one's still kind of closer to the original. A little darker blue than the original. Because original was pretty, but it's close, but still darker. The original is really bright. And they toned down the silver on his mask. See, I don't know where. I kind of like this vest if they would have did this updated. So this is maybe a mix of this vest and the original vest. And this vest is, again, it's like bright, light, medium, and then dark. They made this a lot darker. Interesting. And then back to Benny's. Benny's is bulkier too. Like they got him really slimmed down. Not sure what body Benny used, but kind of makes more sense having. I don't know. But again, this was Ninja Force, so maybe that makes sense. Him having like the ninja feet, because his feet looks like they probably came from Red Ninja. And most of this is probably reused. I'm just drawing a blank. Like this kind of looks familiar. Yeah, there we go. 91. Well, Snake Eyes version 4. A lot of you guys are probably out and done collecting, especially all the wonky colors coming out. I was still into collecting. I stopped a few years later after this. I was going into my teenage years, but 91, I was still a kid, I guess, in my tweens, I guess you call it now. I enjoyed the DIC. He was in the DIC cartoon, a mainstay on there. Again, in Ninja Force, they just didn't label him as such. They gave it to Slice and Dice. It's coming out. But again, if you weren't into DIC in this colorway, this is definitely an easy pass. If you love Snake Eyes, obviously pick them up. Again, I'm chasing the line. I would have picked them up just because I do enjoy this particular Snake Eyes. You can see I had a custom already made of them. I got the OG. I'm still holding on to, this is one of the few that I kept from the 4-inch line. The video game. I got the full card back for them. I don't have too many full card backs, so I got this one. So for me, it was a no-brainer. But yeah, if you don't like this version of the cartoon or Snake Eyes, definitely an easy pass. But he does have some similarities, but he has some uniqueness to him as well. He's gonna go down to my Ninja Force shelf. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.